I'm all right. Thank you.
I'm good, teacher. Thank you.
What
All
about
right.
you?
Hi.
Did you get some rest yesterday?
No,
No?
no. I think they are forbid. They were forbidden this year.
What?
The parades.
No. If you got some rest yesterday. Some
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, of course.
That was
We
like
were,
a Saturday.
yeah.
indeed, we were watching some movies with my family. So,
All right. And and and, and you guys sleep during the day?
No, I
no,
know.
Normally
yeah,
No.
day? Yes.
I,
You do, Lisandro?
Yes.
Yeah, at least.
I
Yes,
try.
sometimes. You know, the problem I have is it's difficult for me to sleep at night. So,
Okay.
I watch TV until 2 in the morning sometimes, and then, that's why I feel tired during the day. So I normally sleep for 1 hour or
So what
2
time
hours.
do you start work?
Sorry?
What time do you start work?
From 8 to 12.
From 8 to 12.
Mhm.
Eight.
But most of the things I do, I can handle it through emails. So what I do is, if I'm sleeping during the morning, I take some time in the afternoon to answer my emails.
So you don't have video conferences.
Not all the time, but some days, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Marlon.
What's up, teacher?
How are you doing?
Just chill.
Chilling.
Yes, teacher.
Edwin, how are you?
Hey, hi, teacher. Very good. I'm good. I am hearing my son. Yeah.
Jaime, but I think it will be better if you speak with the rest of the students, and ask them what's going on, to see if they're
Yeah,
going to continue or what's going to happen.
yeah.
Because the risk is at the end, if they don't continue, they might be a lot of possibilities to close this module, right? Well, the next module.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, guys. Good evening. Sorry for being late.
Hi.
Good
Hey, how are
evening.
you?
Hi.
No worries.
Very good. Kind of stressed. It's really hard to deal with angry customers every day, but that's the way it is.
Angry customer. Yeah.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, all right, guys. Let's get started. Can you please open the file that we were working on Monday? I was going to say Friday.
Hmm.
No, but it was Monday. Okay, so open it, guys.
Unconventional career advices.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we are about to finish this topic, and this is going to be the last one for week number 2, and then we're going to move to week number 3, right? So focus on the part number 6, the one that says discussion.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to discuss these 4 questions. Can you please read the first one, Lisandro?
Yes. What do you think about the pieces of advice from the video?
Okay. Can you please give us an answer?
Yeah, let me see. Some of the advices that he gave us, I think they were pretty good, especially when you have to think outside of the box, because you have to I think portray ideas that are not conventional, and then you will have more chances to succeed. But if you follow the like the rest of the people is doing, and then if you're thinking like a business or something like that, but if you don't come up with new ideas, you're going to be just one or one more, among the other people. So that's it. That's the part that I think it was more valuable for me,
Okay.
because I think it's important to think outside of the box again,
All right.
in everything that you do in your life.
Okay. Is there any advice from the previous exercise that maybe you don't agree with?
Yes, the last one, when he mentioned that you need to like you need to do whatever you have to do to succeed, because I think you will have to you need to act all the time in an ethic way. And if you forget values and that ethic, I mean, you might have a lot of troubles in your life. So I think I mean, you can do a lot of things, but not, things that are outside, that
Okay.
from that ethic
All right.
frame.
Lisandro, in your job, don't you have some coworkers who are really competitive?
Yes, all of them.
All of that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I guess that they don't play or they don't fight unfair, right?
Well, you have to respect your coworker, and that's what we do. And then when you see that your coworker is trying to approach you in a way that it's like exceeding the limits, you will have to stop the thing right there, because you will have to put limits. Otherwise they will take you with them, and it
Yeah.
could be something bad.
Okay. All right. So, Mario, can you please read the second question?
Sorry, sir, but I cannot find that information.
You can find it on Schoology. Click on week number
Yeah.
2.
Okay, let me just take a look.
Is the one that says
Week number 2.
career advice.
I can see just a couple of options: homework assignments, video conferences, extra practice, videos, diversity and inclusion, and unconventional career
Okay,
advice.
that one, the last one.
The last one. Okay, let me just open it. Okay, it's loading. Okay, well, the first one, let's see. The second, it's, well,
Oh, but you were not here on Monday, right? You didn't receive the
uh, yeah, I was just at the beginning of the class because I felt really, really bad. And I went to the pharmacy to get some pills. I felt really, really bad. So
Okay.
I didn't complete the class.
All right. So maybe, well, you can take a look because I guess you didn't fill in the gaps, right? Uh,
Mhm.
so let me share my screen.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I got it.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Mario, this is what we did on Monday. We worked on these pieces of advice. Your classmates watched a video. So and then they completed the statements that you have right here. So
Okay.
the second question says, what type of advice will you give to your younger self? And these are the ones that we have from
Mm,
letter A to letter J.
let's see. Well, the letter G, I think. Try to be stronger version. Try to be a stronger version of yourself to feel more confident. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Personally, because when I was young, I was a little bit shy, let's say. Yeah. It was kind of hard for me to take decisions or uh, take the next step. So because I thought that I wasn't able to do it, but when I try, yeah. So maybe try to think that everything can be possible if we want and if we fight for it and if we practice.
Okay.
That's
All
for me.
right.
That should be the best advice.
Okay. All right. What's your point of view, Manuel? What type of advice would you give to your younger self?
I think that could be the letter B. You should combine two skills that don't usually go together. I remember that I went to a conference when the men had the largest curriculum. It's good that the largest curriculum that I have seen. Uh, I remember that, sorry,
The longest one.
the longest one exactly. I remember that he had 3 or 4 different careers. He had, of course, he is over 16 years old. And he worked in human resources. He worked in IT department, and I remember that he talked to us that it's important when you are able to study different careers. If, for example, if you study, I don't know, a financial career, try to do something, for example, study a master, but in, I don't know, human resources, and try to study a master in another different career, because that could you are able to see with the different perspectives whatever you want, and I think that that is a very good advice.
Nice. Okay. All right. Okay, Marlon, can you please read the third one, the third question?
Okay. Have you ever looked for professional career advice? If yes, what's your experience? If not, would you do it now?
Okay. Have you
Uh,
ever looked for professional career advice?
well, in my case, when I start my university career, I didn't look for advice,
Okay.
but now, yes, I do it because I think uh, for me, like the business administration is something that I study, but it's not something that I love or that I have in my first like a chance or my first option.
Okay.
But I study because maybe for the pressure of my parents. But if I ask him to someone who maybe in that time was a business administration, maybe I change my decision and study other career. In the future, I look for advice for my master because I want to study a master, but I don't know in financial or human resources or administration. So I look for the best decision for my future. Now I don't have the decision taken yet, but maybe for financial because it's something that I like. But I'm thinking now that decision because it's very important for me because there are like I invest for me, so I need to think in it is a good decision or not.
Okay. All right. Good. Guys, remember that advice is uncountable,
Okay.
right? It's uncountable. So you cannot say an advice, right? So you say some advice or
Okay.
pieces of advice.
Okay.
Okay? And Marlon, you make a decision.
What teacher?
We make decisions.
We make.
We make decisions. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Good. Hey, Carlos, how are you?
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Hello. Okay. And what about the last one, Johnny? Is do what you love. Is do what you love into quotation marks, right? Is do what you love. The best or absolutely worst advice you can get.
Is do what you love.
Yes, is do what you love. The best or absolutely worst advice you can get.
About what? I can understand well the
Like for
question.
example, a person can tell you, okay, Johnny, all right, do what you love, right? So you
Ah,
think that it's the best or is absolutely worst?
okay, what I love. Mm, No, I think it's the best. It's the
Okay,
best for my future, and because then I can get more opportunity in my life or something like that.
okay,
And also, can I, if I uncomfortable in my job, I can change the work and get more money even in another work in another undertaking.
okay,
For that reason, I think is the best. Do what I love.
okay. All right. Who disagrees with Jonathan's point of view?
Okay.
Guys, who disagrees with Jonathan's point of view? Or you think
Guys,
is the best advice you can get?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. But my question is, guys, do you really love everything? Everything. My question is, you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes,
yes.
Okay. All right. So the question is, do you love everything what you do at work?
No,
Not
sometimes no.
really.
No.
It's complicated and struggle. Find a job where what do you feel comfortable. Sometimes it's because you need to work for buy food or pay bills.
Buying food. Mhm.
It's more for that, I think, right?
Okay. All right. So, well, now, guys, we're gonna focus on part number 4. We are going to go back a little bit. So, look at the pieces of career advice below and decide in pairs, or I'm going to create some breakout rooms. Which 4 you consider most important nowadays? But I want you to do a ranking. All right. So maybe you can classify these pieces of advice, right, according to the most important and the least important. Okay. So I'm going to create, guys, a small break room so you can discuss with your partners. And later we're going to go back to the main session and we're going to discuss your rankings. Okay. Are we
Okay.
clear on that?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Santos.
Hey, man.
All right. Join, please.
What's up, Carlos?
Hey, what's up, Jonathan? How are you, man?
I'm fine. What about
Hey.
you?
Everything is okay.
Okay. What are you doing yesterday? But
Nothing working.
working.
Did you work
Yeah,
yesterday?
Okay.
because I work for a Colombian bank, and there is no vacation, so I only rest in the afternoon. But well,
Okay.
Okay.
at least.
All
Well,
right,
I
but
guys.
you are
well, I work big.
but you are a top banana, so
No, that is Lisandro. I'm not a top banana.
You are the top banana.
Okay, so let's see the first group: Jonathan, Lisandro, and Marlon. What's your ranking? What's your opinion about these pieces of advice?
Who want to start? You name it, because 3 of us, and then we have 4 advices. Who do you want to
You
start?
you have 4 different advice.
Well, we pick, well, yeah, according to this exercise, we needed to pick 4 of them, right?
So each of you has 4.
No. We
no,
have
no, no.
4. We agreed on 4. We would agree
Ah,
on.
okay, all right. So tell it.
Okay, the first one, Marlon, do you want to say it first?
Okay, okay. Invest in your own development. Reading, researching, and skill swap are cost-effective alternatives to expensive training courses.
Is that the most important?
For us, yes,
Yes.
Why?
because you have to invest in your own for have better opportunities in the future. And now, in the case of this pandemic, and the person who has more skills, more studies, and they have the chance to continue or to keep their job, his job or their job. So it's
Okay.
important to think always that it's always an opportunity to take a course or read a book or search some information that is happening right now in the work. So have the open mind that always you can learn always a new thing or a new study, and that is a plus on your resume.
A resume. Mhm.
A resume, yes.
Okay. All right. And what is the second one?
Second one, Johnny, do you want to mention it?
Okay, second one, play to your strengths. That will be second. How can you utilize what you are great at to address the challenges of your employer or clients?
Mhm. To address. Okay.
To address.
You have the stress on the first syllable. To address.
To address.
Okay. All right. So, can you please tell us more about this advice?
Teacher, sorry, in that case, address, what is the meaning of address? I didn't know it.
Okay. How do you understand this verb?
Address is
Address the
like
challenges.
say when you say address is like the dirigir, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thank you.
I mean, you got yourself to something else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You address, but this okay. But make sure you pronounce the word having the stress on the first syllable.
address.
Okay, sorry, on the second one. On the
Okay.
second one. On the second one.
In the
Address.
first, when
Okay, on
it's
the
in the
first.
first,
Right.
what's the meaning?
Like for example, what's your email address?
Ah, okay, okay,
Mm-hmm. Or what's your home address?
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, but address is the verb when you have the stress on the second syllable. Okay. All right. So, what else can you say about this?
Okay, play with you play to your strengths, because if you show your strengths to other people, they can look at you in the best way. And is, for example, in your job, you need
Okay.
to show your best strengths with the supervisor or manager, and you could be, I don't know, grow out in the company or gain a better salary.
All right. Okay. And what about the third one?
That one was be proactive. People want solutions, not problems, and a can-do, positive, and flexible attitude. Um, we all face as employees. We all face different situations when where you have to adapt yourself or where you have to be flexible. Sometimes simple things like new policies or new changes, and then we as employees, I think we always have to keep your mind open and be flexible to changes. And also you will have to take every situation like that with a positive attitude.
Okay.
So that's why that one was another important one.
All right. And also you make the environment easier, right?
Exactly.
To handle it. Yeah. Okay. And the last one?
That one was be creative. Think outside the box.
Okay. Be creative.
Be creative, yes.
Okay. Be creative. Think outside the box. That is the number 4. So it means that is
Or
the least
That's important.
important. The least important.
Mhm.
So you think it's not that important to be creative?
It depends the company that you work for, because some companies, they don't allow you to bring new ideas or fresher ideas. They
Yeah.
say that's the way we do it, and either if you like it or not, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Exactly,
And
because they have their own guidelines, right?
Yeah.
So you need to
Process. Yes.
behind processes and everything.
But for life in general, it's really good to be creative. But in this exercise, thinking about being an employee, I mean, it's sometimes, it's not something that you can handle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
At least you were about the publisher.
Okay. All right. So it all depends, right? It all depends
Yeah.
on the kind of job you have.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So a second group. Let's see the second group. Carlos, Manuel, and Mario. Do you have the
We
same?
select two, teacher.
You
Well, we
only have
select
two?
one, right? Yeah. You can drop it like it hot, Mario. Say it to the group.
So you have only
Okay.
only one piece of advice.
Well, we ask you that if we select four or we can just only select one. You tell us that we only select one, right?
No, I said four.
Ah, well, but we can mention it.
Okay.
No problem.
All right.
So, Carlos, I'll just mention the first, the second one, and then you decide with Manuel, which one would you explain? Now,
Perfect.
okay, in our group, we selected two advices as the most important. The first one, that I agree, three of us, was to be proactive people. I'm sorry, to be proactive because people want solutions, not problems, right? This is the best one and the first one because this involves all the other advices. For each type of job, you need to be proactive if you want to get the job, if you want to continue working on that company, right? Once you're proactive, you look for the way to go one step forward. And in order to go one step forward and go one step in advance, you need to be creative, right? So we're taking the second advice: be creative, think outside the box. If you want to go one step forward, you need to be different than the rest. So you need to do something new, right? Uh, those are the first and second advice. And to be creative was the second because that is not something that applies for all the type of jobs. We was mentioning the jobs for the government jobs or positions, right? So they do the same thing every day and they don't need to innovate. They don't need to be creative. They just need to fill up forms and that's it, right? So that's why it's the second one, because this does not apply for every type of job.
Okay.
Perfect. Do you want to mention other one, Manuel?
Okay. Well, I will mention the give more than expected. No, go that extra mile and add more value. Well, we think that is the way in which we can give value to our work, and it's very important advice to new professionals.
And in my case, teacher, we also select invest in your knowledge. I think that was the another one, right?
Yes,
What?
yes.
Yeah, right. So because right now we have a lot of information in internet, right? And if we use it well, we can apply some tips or some, I don't know, recommendation or strategy in our work, right? If, for example, a person who wanna be graphic designer, nowadays it does, well, applies to all the careers, right? Nowadays, you can learn English, for example, in YouTube. There's a lot of information, right? You can be a graphic designer via YouTube also, right? So if we use it well, we can be a more knowledge person.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Yes.
teacher. Thank you.
We need to be
All right.
updated always.
Okay. All right. And what about the last group? Which one? I like to say that one, right? So what do you have?
So I think it's my group, the last one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Edwin, Frank, and Hector.
yeah. So the first one we thought about because we were discussing about the point of view on the company, what's happening. Who's shaving? Damn.
Do you hear some noise?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's shaving?
Yeah.
Why?
like a ghost, right?
Interphone,
Someone is
interphone.
shaving.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, continue. Go on.
the first one we thought of because we were discussing about what is more important in real world, not to us, because for us it's going to be a dream always. We will have dreams, but the reality is other things. So basically the first one we were discussing about was on the extra mile one. We think that the extra mile one would be in El Salvador the best advice you can give, because every employer is going to ask you to give more on what they are supposed to ask you to. So basically, um, you have to be in this position to make that extra effort in order to get a good job or a good payment or a reward or something. The second one would be to be creative, because there are sometimes in which in company don't give you enough resources or enough material to work, so you have to get creative in order to get your job done. Uh, I would like to talk about what happens to me every time, but it's not the case. But I had to get creative in my job in order to work. So that would be the second one. The third one would be to be proactive, because you know, is that how you say it? Proactive?
Yeah, proactive. Yeah.
Proactive. Then that would be the third one, because you need to get to the solution every time there is a situation. And if you don't get to the solution as fast as your boss, for example, wants it, then you are a problem for the company. You are a conflicted person, and then you have to be proactive all the time. And we think that would be the third one. And the last one, and we thought about it a lot, because uh, doing that is annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The hell is
It's like someone.
I think that happen when someone is close to the computer and at the same time taking a phone call.
Yeah, there is a phone call. And there is someone that is not near them. Wait.
Yeah, when you have
My computer is dying. Wait.
So wait.
Well, the last one we thought about was to have a strong network. You need to have a good networking skills and a good network to get the things done nowadays, because in order to get creative and be proactive and to give the extra mile, you need to have enough resources counting on other people. So you need to strengthen your network. And that would be the last piece of advice we will give, to strengthen the network, and not only with the persons, with the people you work with, but also with your clients, with your providers, with anyone that could be of use in the work life. That would be our fourth piece of advice.
okay. All right, good job.
Thank you.
Guys, can you please see the chat?
Yep.
Knowledgeable is adjective, right? A person who reads a lot, or a person who knows about different
How do you say it?
topics. Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah, knowledgeable. That is the right pronunciation. And the pronunciation for this adjective is, I think it was a phone because I don't hear anything now. All right. Look, creative.
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 So you have the stress on the second syllable. Guys, creative. Creative.
Creative.
Creative.
Creative.
And proactive is that way. Proactive.
Okay, proactive. Yeah, proactive. You have the stress on the second syllable. Proactive. Okay.
What was the one I have problems always, Jaime? It was
Which one?
empathy, right?
Yeah.
It is confusing with emphatic, right?
Yes.
Empathy and emphatic.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember of that one.
Okay, guys, we are going to start week number 3. I'm just going to introduce the topic, and I have a question. Okay, why you should know how much your coworkers get paid?
You don't need to know, teacher. Well,
You don't need to know.
no, I think it's
Why? Wait, the question is why should you know
to be
how much your
promoted. Just to compare that, why the other guy is
more valued
than me, exactly, or is receiving more payment.
Okay.
Maybe you are in the same position that other person, but
and
you
you're
don't
not
have,
and
yeah,
you're
you
not
don't have,
getting paid as much the other person is,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
that is the wrong approach, I think.
Okay.
Because that would make you a conflicted person. I'm thinking like an employer right now. Because in my work, for example, I'm not supposed to know what they earn, but they made a mistake. But that one time they sent me to the bank to change the checks, so I know now how much they earn. So basically, I think that you should know how much others earn, because then you can make a career that a path to follow.
Okay.
So you can set goals to yourself, and then you start to make better things. You get better as a professional, as a person, and then you get promoted, and then company is growing. So do you.
Okay.
So I think that would be the right approach on that one.
Okay. All right.
To know
Do
how
you know,
much.
guys? Do you know, guys? How much your coworkers get paid?
Yes, I know.
Yes.
You do,
Yes.
Mario?
Yes.
I know.
Yes, Lisandro.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't like it.
Really? In but why?
I
I
had
work in
Yes.
accounting,
problem with
teacher.
that. You know, I had a situation at work because of that. You know, I was promoted last December, and I had a coworker that since December we were sharing the same position. So I investigate and I found that she was earning more money than me, and she was getting more money.
She was making more money.
Yes, she was making more money. No, she wasn't. I mean, it was her salary. I mean,
Okay. All
uh-huh.
right.
No, but the thing is that she had more experience,
Okay.
more years in that position. So I got an explanation because as soon as I knew that, I sent an email, asking the reason why, why is this happening now? and 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 then human resources told me that no, because she has been in that position for so many years, and then with some little increases during the year, so that's why she now is getting more money, blah blah blah. But anyways, I didn't like the answer. But they told me that that's supposed to be, as Carlos mentioned, something like a secret, for each employee. So
Okay. All right. And what's your answer, guys, when someone asks you how much money you make at work? What's your answer?
Depends on the person that
Depends
asks.
on the person. But let's say that it's a person who doesn't know you that much.
That is a maleducado. How do you say maleducado?
Misbehave.
No, but that it doesn't apply at that context, right?
Maybe rude.
What, Manuel? Sorry?
I don't know, maybe it's rude.
You're a fool. What?
You're a chute.
Should.
Could be like Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Snoopy. Snoopy.
Yes.
That in my case.
Or unwise, right?
And I think it's really stressful that if you compare with your teammates, right? But well, that is my answer.
Okay. What about the rest?
I'd rather keep that as a secret for myself, even with my family. I mean,
I don't think it would be a good thing to talk about, because that's the way how you create a bad or a low self-esteem. So I don't think it is a good topic to talk about. Yeah, because what happens if you talk to someone that is earning twice or three times what you earn, and
what
then
I can
it
do
starts a competition.
if I know that my answer is going to help someone. For example, someone from Avianca that he's in a process to get a position like the same one I have in a Copa, and that person come to ask me, and I know how much you earn, and then I know that my answer is going to help that person to negotiate, the salary in the other airline. I should get that information, but as Carlos mentioned, it has to be someone that is asking you for a reason, not just for curiosity.
Okay. All right.
What's up,
Guys, have you ever had this kind of question in a job interview? What's your salary expectation? That's a very common question in a job interview. So what do
What is
you
your
answer?
offer? What is your first offer? That is the perfect answer for that question.
What do you offer?
What do you offer exactly?
What do you offer? Okay.
I mean, but they are asking you how you going to answer with another question. I mean, that could be unpolite.
That's a way to put power in your interview, right? What is your offer, man? Huh? Tell me.
Well, what do you offer?
Thank you.
Yeah, but I think this answer is.
I call you later.
Right, because it sounds like a little bit rude if you say.
No, I know.
What do you
No,
offer?
but I always mention what is my for example, my top, and then I ask, but what is your offer, right? Where are you offering?
$2,000.
I think it's important to investigate, how much is that position in that company when you're applying.
Hey, exactly.
You will have at least some information, then you can start negotiating.
That is a good idea that I
Yeah.
never do, but that is a good idea.
Yeah. So you cannot say or talk about very low salary or very high salary. I mean, something that it's not gonna be a given to you, right? Okay. So any other opinion about the question? Hector, have you ever been asked that question in the job interview?
Me?
Yes. What's your salary expectation?
Yeah, in every single one.
And what's your answer?
I say more than 1,000 every time.
Okay, so you
Because
are like very specific.
yeah, because in that way I know if the company will give me enough value, so they will start making up excuses, or they will say, yeah, that's something reasonable. We can offer you 7.5, 800, I don't know. And then you can negotiate. But if you go for the minimum, for example, the minimum wage, then you're underestimating yourself, and then they can exploit you as much as they want. So basically you got to put yourself um, in some place reachable, because I
Okay.
would like to say 1 million, but let's face it,
Yeah.
who would hire me in sales position for 1 million? I mean, unless I was in Paraguay, then they would pay me 1 million. That it's like $3. But the thing is that you have to put in a reasonable position, and maybe then and then you get to know your future employers, if they are open-minded, if they are negotiating something, or they are square-minded.
Okay.
And that's how that's the way I used to do things, right? So I think that if you say in a sales position $1,000 is nothing, because you got to earn up to 5,000 depending on your effort, right? So when you say 1,000, they can think, okay, 1,000 with commissions, for example, that is reasonable for them.
Okay.
But if you say 5,000, then you're gonna say, then you're going to sell water filters or something. Then it is almost impossible for us to pay you that, or things like that. And if you go there, it could be dangerous for you, because they're going to say, oh, okay, so you're capable to sell 5 times that in order for you to get $5,000. So
Yeah.
your goals are your target is going to be higher and higher and higher. Then you're going to get overwhelmed, and maybe you're going to be a failure for the company. So basically, you got to be reasonable within somewhere, not too high and not too low.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle is fine for me.
All right. Have you ever been, guys, underpaid for your work,
Always.
or you think you are or you think that you are underpaid for your work, or you think it's like reasonable?
I think what I worry is underpay.
You think you are underpaid?
Yeah, because maybe a box need 15 cents they pay me for each box I sell in the company. It's less.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's underpaid.
Okay. Mario, you think you are underpaid?
Well, being positive, I think I'm okay. I'm
You're
okay.
okay. All right. You're fine
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
salary.
I'm fine because well, it's most of all because of the company I'm working on right now. Telos is one of the call centers with the best salary
Yeah.
for agents.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So there are some call centers paying just 450 per month. I started getting just 450, but just duplicated that salary in a couple of years. It's very good. Um, I think it's enough for all the payments I need to make, and just to be like how to say tranquilo. I don't know.
Uh,
Comfortable.
to have
Comfortable.
a like an easy. You're talking about an easy job.
Yeah, that's easy. It's stressful like all the jobs, all type of jobs. However, that can be handled. That can be handled day by day. It's a good payment. No, for me, it's enough. I don't expect, or I don't think that I will have a big house in La Escalon. I'm not thinking about it. I'm good where I am right now. I am happy with what I have. I don't expect to have even more. For me, it's
All
okay.
right. Okay. Oh, I remember the adjective that I was trying to remember, guys. Uh, reckless is the adjective,
Reckless.
right? It's a synonym for Snoopy or unwise, but reckless is more appropriate.
Reckless.
Reckless. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. When a person asks you like very uncomfortable questions, right? And the person is not supposed to ask those questions, right? So that is a reckless person. Okay. All right. Manuel, you think you are underpaid or you're okay?
Well, I think that we all feel at some point that we are underpaid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When we have 2 or 3 years doing the same work, maybe receiving more work, and well, I think that we in some point we think that we are underpaid. Uh, I feel good with that the company paid me, but yes, maybe we need to do. Sorry, the noises come back.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm good, but yes, maybe I want to receive more.
But it's cutting the hair. Mm.
Marlon, Edwin, Francisco,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nicole.
Guys,
yeah,
you
yeah.
have your camera off. What you're doing? What you're doing? I don't know why is that.
Marlon, what are you doing?
Chili, chili with my coffee.
Okay, all right, guys. I'm going to stop right here. Tomorrow we are going to continue. We are going to focus on some vocabulary, some other expressions and idioms, right?
Okay, right.
Okay, remember, guys, well, this topic is, I mean, it's not for me to know how much you make, right? Because believe me, right, that is not the purpose, okay? That is not the purpose. It's just to have a different kind of discussions, right? And learn more vocabulary.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
so let's go over the attendance.
right.
Again.
Still,
Again.
Like a 90s computer connecting to internet.
wait. What did you say, Maria?
Sounds like a 90s computer connecting to internet.
Someone is getting a haircut.
Están
Okay,
juntando los saludos.
let's see. Hector Alvarez.
It's missing.
Okay.
Missing in action.
Jonathan Cruz.
Present.
Manuel Gomez,
Here.
Freddy Enriquez, missing. Marlon Hernandez,
Present.
Hector Lopez,
Here I am.
okay. Mario Mejia,
Present.
Bea Mendoza, missing. José Montano, missing. José Ramírez, missing. Lisandro Ramos,
Present.
okay. Ana Rivas, missing. Francisco Salazar,
Present.
What happened with the woman?
Carlos Santos,
Your teacher.
okay.
Missing.
And Edwin Vasquez,
Present.
okay.
Thank you so much, teacher.
Okay, all right, guys.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Take
tomorrow.
care.
Right. Thank you for
Hey,
everything.
take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a nice night.
Bye bye. Take care.